Dude, I had like all these gnarly gray chest hairs this week. Like, I had to get rid of that.
Oh yeah. Hey, when they start coming on the field, you're like, oh.
Yeah, gray ball hairs. There's a lot of stuff in there that just shouldn't be.
That doesn't happen often.
How are we on the starting line talking about boners?
I don't know, because that's what we do. That's what we did.
That's what
we did when we were racing.
That's what Rhino does. All he does is talk about boners. I'm getting ready to take off for Loretta's here in a day, and I set off on my journey to race the plus 45 and plus 50 class. Figured I'd stop by the office here, pick up some new grips for the trip. Also, I use the RC4 handlebar bin in the podium flight, so we have a fantastic line of handlebars here with ODI also, and a ton of hats. And Johnny was so cheap on the hats that I made him give me 2 of everything. Breaking the budget over here. To me, one of the great things about working with ODI, I mean, they're literally right down the street from my house in Riverside, California. Everything's made here in the USA. And especially in this climate that we've had over the last year or so, knowing that the product's made here and you don't have to worry about getting something shipped from overseas, it's here, right? But really the demand over the last year has been incredible. I mean, we have to apologize for some of the back orders, but it's just there's so much demand for this product. And so we really appreciate that the customers love what we're making here. And you know, we're pumping it out. Well, I'm not personally doing it, but they're making grips as fast as they can here. I really enjoy riding the small bore 2-stroke. Some people tease me that it's a kid's bike. I ride the Schoolboy 3 class, okay? It's 18 and over.
When he told me, I was like, okay, the start's probably not gonna go your way.
I like riding the bike because, for one reason, because it's slower. And like you can kind of just, I feel like I'm not really worried about it getting away from me.
A 2-stroke actually does really, really well in the Loretta's dirt because the dirt is so deep, and depending on the conditions, a 2-stroke can get up on top of that dirt and I think do really, really well. And I don't think it's gonna fatigue them as much as throwing around a heavy 4-stroke.
I like the technique that it takes to ride a 2-stroke. Maybe it's just familiar, maybe it's just instinctual, maybe, I don't know, but I feel safe on it.
You know, Loretta's is no joke. It's gonna be hot, there's gonna be mud motos, there's gonna be, you know, ruts. It just throws every element at you, and I think he's, well, if nothing else, he's gonna have a huge, huge fan club after hearing that 150 rip around the ranch for sure.
It's just a lot of fun. It draws a lot of attention too, right? Because everybody else the majority of the riders are on 4-strokes, and then here you are out there revving the shit out of this 150. It's like when it just strikes the proper chord and you hear like an over rev when you're getting ready to land, and you hear the crack of the throttle, yeah, and it just revs out. When it revs clean, I mean, people on the side of the track and they're like, oh, what was that? So there's something really special about the 2-stroke engine that way, and it's just, you know, really nostalgic. The plus 50 is the final age class at Loretta's. Like, this is the final chapter. And when you're younger, you want to be the oldest in your class because you're the strongest, the more mature, the most experienced. But when you get to the plus classes, you want to be the youngest in your class. 50 is a good year to do this because you're only going to get slower, you're only going to get weaker and have more things, you know, to worry about.
When a guy like Jeff Emig can still, you know, have the passion to want to go race and you know, hang out with the amateurs and the families. I mean, this is a family sport, and to see someone like Jeff Emig, where it all started for him, you know, and I was never a racer, but I always enjoyed, you know, and appreciated like what it took to sponsor these kids all the way up from the ground to where they are now.
All of us that are going to be on the line in the plus 50 class. If you have an opportunity, you have the speed to win, or you've just qualified and this is your main goal is to get there, is you want to be prepared because you got to put out a lot of time and effort and money to go race this event. And so you don't want to You don't want to give it a bad effort.
And to see him come back to the ranch and want to, and there's no money involved for Jeff at throwing at 50 to be like, I'm gonna go win Loretta's. You know, this is something that just shows that he's passionate about our sport and he wants to make it better.
I'm good, BJ.
I know.
I like the.
I know.
He obviously didn't watch Troy. Hey, J-Bone's like, hey, can we put the umbrella up? He's like, can we put the umbrella up? I said, no. Nope.
Just trying to get you some air.
Dude, it was fucking hot. I mean, I would like at this point right now, I was just soaked. You know?
Did it help?
Everybody else was like under this tree, like McGrath and Albertine had like all these ice things on their neck and all this. I was like, and we were the only one in staging.
Yeah.
So they had like a little entrance right at the center. We were the only ones sitting there. J-Bone's like,
Poor
dude,
fucking
it's hot.
J-Bone. Why you gotta put J-Bone through that?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Gotta stomp your gate out, wearing 40 pounds of the tools.
I know. So we're gonna go the first
one.
And I'm not, yeah, because I need to at least practice.
Yeah, you need to
one.
rip a start, yeah, for sure.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a little nerves.
Yeah, how you feeling right now?
Little bit of nerves, you know, excitement, but some nerves. I don't know which one's where. Yeah, nerves here and excitement here, I'm like 50-50. Just gotta get this first one out of the way though.
The start was awesome too, bro.
Hey, get that rock.
This is such a unique place, and the spirit that everyone has at that event is just unmatched. I mean, you've been there before when it rained and like people's camp areas are like, they're like, there's like 6 inches of water at the doorway to the motorhome, and they just, you know, put some stuff in there so they can walk across, and like nothing ever stops. It's like the race just goes on. And people just keep doing what they're doing. Gates keep dropping, checkered flags keep flying, and it just happens every year. And it seems like it just gets better every year. I know that when I came back as a veteran racer in 2002, I mean, I was only a couple years removed from a pro career. And the first time that I got on the track, I was so excited. I rode like shit. I felt like there was so much pressure on me, feeling like the expectations were really high. And there's probably a little bit of that now, but certainly, I mean, you know, we're talking, I'm 50 years old. The kids that are gonna set the fast lap times at the event, they're gonna be like 15, 16 years old, right? The expectation thing is a little bit interesting, something that you have to balance.
The same excitement and nervousness level that I had, I was probably more nervous while I was riding the race. I just found like, you know, when you have like that adrenaline's running through you and that nervous feel where your stomach's a little like uneasy, you know, and your arms are kind of jello. It's kind of how I felt the whole time. Like I've got better laps in me, I think, but I just gotta get the, you know, learn the track a little better and just like let loose a little bit, you know. So it was nice to get that one out of the way though. Don't say it. I've got better laps in me. I don't need any coaching right now. Let me recover first. Like, well, there's. Nice to get that one out of the way. All I can say. bike was ripping, though, I'm telling you. This engine, when I did my practice start, it was so fast out of the gate, I'm like, yes! And then blew the start.
I'm still so focused on the event, it's hard to like really think about like really going, okay, yeah, this is the last time. And I think maybe I'll know it. You know, maybe I'll pull off the track from the final moto and feel like I left it all out there, you know? Maybe I'll be like, wow, this is so much fun, I want to do this again. I don't know, but you think about, I mean, for me, the race course in Loretta's is such hallowed ground. I mean, think about all the amazing motocross riders that have came through that place, have taken gate drops and checkered flags there, and what that has meant to their life and their career in turning pro, becoming, you know, building their life, living their dreams, fulfilling their goals and things like that. It all happens right there in Hurricane Mills, you know? It's just a really special place.